Hi everyone, welcome back. So yesterday we talked about what a public policy issue is, and just to remind you, a public policy issue is a problem that could happen within your community, within a nation, or within the whole world. Remember we gave the example of the coronavirus for a public policy issue that is affecting our whole entire world right now. It is a public policy issue with our health. Today we are going to talk more about researching an issue. How do we know how to form an opinion on this issue and where to find some credible sources? So I would like you to follow along as I read this passage here. It is important for people to understand issues in their communities. We can help find solutions by doing research about the issue. We can look at data from trusted sources to learn about the facts. We could read articles or listen to talks by people who are experts. We can examine charts, tables, and graphs. We then think critically about the information. This will give us more understanding to form an opinion. When we do research online, we must look for resources that are credible. There's a vocabulary word. A credible source is one that readers can trust. The information is written by experts. The aim of the source is to teach or to inform. The information and data must be accurate. There is another vocabulary word. Or correct. Accurate means correct. One way to make sure we get the facts is to consider more than one perspective of an issue. So perspective is what somebody thinks about something. So some people might think one way, other people might think a different way. It's always important to look at both sides of those perspectives to form your opinion. All right, so we are going to be working on this page here throughout the following week. We won't finish it this week, but we will work on it next week in my videos. So this page is to take a stand on a public issue. This week we're going to follow the process of addressing a public issue and complete the graphic organizer. We are just going to do this in my video together as you follow along. So first we want to choose a public interest and write a question associated with that issue. So our lessons this week will really consist a lot of dogs and if they should wear a leash. So that is going to be our question in our public issue that we put here. So my question is, should dogs have to wear a leash when outside? And I'm going to say in public to make it specific, because if your dog is outside in your backyard and you have a fence, I don't think they would need to wear a leash. So this is our question. Should dogs have to wear a leash when outside in public? That is the question we are going to be researching and finding opinions for, and hopefully we can come to an answer by the end of this, and you can take a stand on this public issue. So, what do we need to know about this issue? That is our question here. Think about what you would want to know about this issue. I know I might not write it down, but just have some more questions in your head. What do you need to know about this issue? All right, so I'm going to write a couple questions here. So should dogs have to wear a leash when they're outside? What types of questions could I have? So I'm going to say, would someone become hurt if not wearing a leash? That could be a question. What about another question? What about, how would the dog feel wearing a leash? These are all questions to consider. You might have more. Keep those in your head, and you can hopefully have those answered as we go along too. What are some places that you could look for answers? Well, we are very lucky that we live in a time with amazing internet resources. So I'm going to say I could look at the internet resources, meaning that I will use the internet to help me look up the answers to these questions. So maybe I'll look, are there any news stories where a dog wasn't wearing a leash? and somebody got hurt. Maybe I'll look up and see if there's any research about how dogs feel when they're using their leash. So my main source of information is going to be the internet, but I could also ask people in my community. Maybe I want to see how they're feeling about these questions and get their opinions as well. So those are 2 ways that I'm going to look for my answers. The last thing we're going to do today, like I said, we're not going to finish this paper today, but we are going to talk about researching the issue. So do some research about your topic. Write some notes about that information and that you find here. So in this passage here, I am just going to do some research and I am going to add some information about my issue here. So I'm going to do research on dogs wearing a leash in public and how that would affect my community if they wear one or if they don't wear one. So in the next video, I will be coming back with answers and we will go over what I have found after doing my research. All right, so at this time, that is all we are going to do for this paper here. We will come back to this on Monday. So right now, I would like you to download your assignment into Notability. Your assignment will look like this right here. I'm going to talk you through some of this assignment in Notability. When you download it, make sure you click on your microphone at the top, and then you will hit your down arrow and play right here so you can listen to me as I go through your assignment. All right, if you have questions, please reach out.